cyber attack on Sony Pictures, a national security threat to the United States, is promising a, quote, proportional response. U.S. investigators have concluded North Korea is behind the attack. We're also learning today new details about a computer attack earlier this year. The source, another longtime adversary of the United States. CNN's Brian Todd is looking at this part of the story for us. Brian, what are you learning?
You know, well, many people think the attack on Sony was the first time a foreign government tried to destroy the computer network of a major company simply because it didn't like something that company said or did. But tonight, we're learning new details of an attack on the most lucrative casino operation in the world, an effort, allegedly, to punish that company for comments made by its chairman. A cascading attack. Servers shut down. Screens go blank. A rush to unplug computers. This wasn't the hack on Sony. This attack hit the world's largest casino operation, including the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas 10 months ago. And this also may have been the work of a rogue nation. CNN has learned on February 10th of this year, thousands of employees at Sands casinos in Las Vegas and Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, had their computers hit. One former employee says, quote, hundreds of people were calling IT. Iran is suspected to be behind the attack, according to reports in Bloomberg Businessweek and Slate. Sands won't comment. One expert believes Iran has the capability to do this.
What the Iranians and now apparently the North Koreans are doing are taking these tactics that Anonymous has used and these other non-state groups and really bringing this now nation-state level to the attack.
The FBI tells CNN the investigation is ongoing. A Sands official says gambling operations weren't affected, but the company was rattled. A former Sands employee says customers couldn't book rooms online for a couple of weeks. If Iran is the perpetrator, why would they launch a cyber attack on the casinos? Just months before the hack, Sheldon Adelson, the billionaire CEO of Sands, suggested hitting Iran with a nuclear missile in an uninhabited desert to force the country to abandon its nuclear program.
You want to be wiped out? Go ahead and take a tough position and continue with your nuclear development.
Iranian officials did not respond to CNN's repeated requests for comment. As chilling as these alleged attacks by Iran and North Korea are, did the U.S. and Israel start the trend with the Stuxnet attack that crippled Iran's nuclear centrifuges? One expert says Stuxnet was different.
This was traditional national security, taking down, in line with UN Security Council sanctions, one of the worst regimes on the planet trying to develop some of the world's worst weapons.
But the Sands and Sony hacks, experts say, could embolden those regimes to take it one very dangerous step further.
Other sectors, such as our finance and banking community and our critical infrastructure sectors like power plants and the like, that provide life and safety functions for our economy and for our country, could be the potential next target.
But one expert says what may keep Iran, North Korea, or another U.S. enemy from hacking America's power grid or other infrastructure is the knowledge that if Americans start getting hurt or killed by those attacks, the retribution will be severe.
Well, what are you hearing specifically about Iran's capability in these kinds of cyber attacks? We know North Korea has that capability. China has that capability. What about Iran?
We're hearing that similar to North Korea. Experts say that Iran has really been expanding its capability to hack since those Stuxnet attacks in 2010 that crippled about a fifth of its nuclear centrifuges. One cyber security expert says that Iran, it's got a capability like North Korea's, meaning some hackers work for the government, but he says that he believes the Revolutionary Guard also has teams of freelance hackers on the outside that help it launch attacks and also help it cover its tracks when an attack is launched.
I've been told by experts you don't need a lot of hackers, you just need a few who really know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
They can cause incredible damage, they can go inside that system and it just steal stuff for months at a time and then start releasing it. And it's a disaster, obviously, as we've seen with Sony Pictures and what's happened. And there are...
They're very hard to trace, of course, too.
All right, Brian, thanks very much. Our justice reporter, Evan Perez, has been working his sources. He's here with breaking news about the Sony computer attack. What are you learning of?
Well, Wolf, we're hearing that U.S. investigators have found evidence that indicates these hackers stole the credentials, the computer credentials, for a system administrator at Sony, and in that way were able to roam the entire network of the company. One source described it to me as having the keys to the entire building. And this is one reason why there's been speculation that this job was something that was an inside job, that this hacking attack was actually something done from the inside. We're told by sources